But I tell you what, it's so nice. We're on camera yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're like, it's so nice. Oh, we're on camera. Never mind. Hey guys, welcome back to the Wade Shady Show. I'm Wade here with the lovely Wild Bill. Today, we're bringing back the SBS Series. That's right, I'm not doing it alone this time. I brought back the man from Area 51, also known as the Philippines, if you watched our other video that came up yesterday. But today, we're doing the SBS Series. It's going to be... This is an interesting one because it's literally our first, well, not really our first rivalry game because Florida-Miami was the first rivalry game.
No, Florida almost lost that one.
I know. That was because of their own stupid mistakes. Can't help it when your freaking quarterback's running down the sidelines, you know, giving his thing and everything. But anyways, if you guys want to know the score update, Bill's winning 2-1. Because I put too much faith in Texas, and look what happened. Did you know? I saw this the other day. Did you see that? Oh, you probably weren't, because you're probably in bed with your fiance. But yeah. Did you see when LSU was at Texas in the locker rooms? They didn't even get any air conditioning in their locker rooms.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How the ADs basically treated them? I'm like, Jesus. I mean, you think LSU, where they're at, you think they'd be used to that kind of heat. You know what I mean? Because, hell, Louisiana State, it's in Louisiana.
Yeah, and it's in northern, it's in Baton Rouge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Baton Rouge, yes.
It's right in the middle of the state.
So, I mean, yeah, they deal with the heat, but, God, imagine having to sit in a locker room with no air conditioning at all, no windows, no nothing. You're just getting straight heat in there.
Yeah. God,
that'd probably make me sick.
That'd suck.
No kidding. So, I mean, I feel better knowing that I lost, but I mean, I wasn't too happy, but I mean, hey, I dealt with it. I figured LSU was gonna, I couldn't tell who was gonna win because it's LSU and Texas. Those two teams are one of those two teams to where...
Is Texas in SEC now?
No.
Okay.
They're in Big 12.
Okay.
But Texas and LSU are one of those teams to where they're either gonna be good or they're gonna be bad.
Yeah.
You don't know. It's literally up and down. They play either up and down in the top 25. It's so weird.
Yeah.
So it was so hard to pick. But anyway, Bill's winning 2-1. Bill gets to pick this weekend's game, which the primetime game for this weekend was supposed to be Clemson and Syracuse, but
That'd obvious pick for me too.
Yeah. Well, since Syracuse decided to get blown out by Maryland,
lay a royal egg.
Yeah. Literally. So we decided to pick a rivalry game that's actually split down the middle this year. And I looked at the FBI ranking, which I do have here, a matchup predictor actually, from ESPN. And they only have Iowa winning by 57% chance.
Where's that, Iowa City or?
It's in Iowa State. Well, actually, no. It's in Jack Trice. Jack Trice is in... Where do Ames, Iowa?
Yeah.
That's Iowa or is that Iowa State?
That's Iowa State. Iowa's in I think that's Iowa.
Finnick?
No, Iowa. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know exactly where they're at. One's in Ames and one's in Des Moines.
Oh, Iowa's in Des Moines.
Yeah.
Iowa State's in Ames. Okay, so it is in Iowa State. That's probably why it's so evenly down the middle. I guess I'll give you guys a little stat thing because last week somebody commented on one of our videos that we need to do a little more research before we started making our picks. So I said, okay, I'll look more into it. I'll pull up ESPN and I'll see what they say about it. Iowa is averaging 34 points per game.
That's what they use average every year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've only played 2 games.
Yeah, but they've done that last year, year before.
Yeah. Iowa State's averaging 29 points per game. Points allowed, Iowa's only 7 points per game in 2 games. Iowa State, 26. It's making it more simpler for Bill to pick. It really is. Total yards, Iowa averages 451.5 yards per game. That's in 2 games. After I read the opponents, you're going to understand. Iowa State, 463 yards. Yards passing for Iowa was 248 yards per game, which I can understand that.
They're running, they like to run the ball.
Iowa State was 278 yards per game. Rushing was 203.5 for Iowa. Iowa State was 185. So you can tell who's the passing team, who's the rushing team.
Yeah.
Yards allowed. Iowa was only allowed 185 yards per game. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Iowa State 262. Passing yards 116.5 for Iowa, 228 for Iowa State. Rushing yards 68.5 for Iowa, 34 for Iowa State. Okay.
So defense is pretty much solid.
Yeah, defense is pretty solid for both teams. Now, let's look at the teams that they played. Okay. Iowa has played Miami of Ohio and Rutgers. Okay. They beat Miami of Ohio 38-14, which is expected.
Yeah.
Okay. They beat Rutgers 30-0, which is expected.
Yeah.
Rutgers and Miami, Ohio are not good teams, obviously.
Yeah.
They weren't good last year. They're not going to be good this year. Iowa State, however, they only played one game up till now, and that was against Northern Illinois. They won in triple overtime.
To Northern Illinois.
29-26, yes. To Northern Illinois. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
It makes this pick even more easier. But then again, it's college football. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Sometimes, because hey.
Yeah, I think a better one would have been Ohio State and Indiana, because that Indiana always seemed to play a first half of that game.
Oh, I know. But
And
then again, Ohio State just loves to gunsling it like crazy in the second half and win the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, there's not very many noticeable games this week. Like LSU Texas was the noticeable game last week, along with Texas A&M and Clemson. Even though Texas A&M didn't really put up a fight against Clemson.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, it was not pretty, unfortunately. I had literally high hopes for Kellen Mond, and Kellen Mond, he definitely disappointed. Like the week before, it was Auburn and Oregon. That's a noticeable game. But this week, the noticeable game for me was Iowa State. It was so noticeable. Even College Game Day was like, "Hey, let's go to Iowa City or Ames, Iowa, and let's just go crazy." And I'm like, okay, since you're not going to Syracuse for the first time ever, let's go to Ames.
I think Iowa City is where Iowa is, but I think it's probably Des Moines. I'm not
Right.
sure.
I think it's Iowa City or Des Moines, one or the other. I can't remember. And this
It makes more sense to be Des Moines, meaning it's the capital, but
Right.
that'll always happen that way.
I know. So, stats being read, past opponents being read, and the matchup predictor being read, I asked Wild Bill for his pick for the SBS Series this week.
I don't know. Definitely picking Iowa.
I knew it was that simple. Because I look at it like this. Iowa has definitely shown that they're going to be an interesting competition in the Big Ten.
Yeah, and the Western Conference.
Especially when they go to play teams like Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio State. I mean, it's going to be, even Penn State, if I remember correctly. It's going to be interesting.
Plus, they got their own like Minnesota, which can always throw up a fight every now and then.
Oh, I know. There's always that curveball team that you never expect to happen, and it happened. That's what I think about this game sometimes, because especially with the matchup predictor being the way it is. And don't forget, Iowa City is an upsetter team. They did it to Oklahoma a few years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody expected it, but they did it. And I believe that was the Oklahoma team with Baker Mayfield on it.
Yeah. Who got? I need to say we don't want to say anything about that game.
Yeah, because it was close, but the Iowa State definitely.
Yeah.
They definitely provided. Even though we can't respect Baker Mayfield for what he did in Columbus.
Yeah.
But what can you do? So SBS picks are Iowa, and I'm hoping for the underdog upset, Iowa State, because if he wins, he's up 3-1. And then I gotta pick next week's game, which if it stands the way it is, it's gonna be a good one. Notre Dame at Georgia.
Oh geez.
That'll be an interesting game because it's number 8.
That's gonna be a real tough pick for you.
It is, because it's number 8 versus number 3. I mean, that's the thing though. Notre Dame,
They're playing in Notre Dame or Georgia.
They're playing in Georgia.
Oh.
That's why I'm thinking it's probably going to be Georgia, because I like Notre Dame, but the thing is, I saw them play against Louisville on Labor Day, and if it wasn't for the fact that Louisville is such a dog-awful team, they literally gave up 5 fumbles, okay?
Oh, jeez.
And literally screwed themselves. Like, if they didn't screw themselves, honestly, I could have seen Louisville beat Notre Dame right then and there. I mean,
they ain't got that quarterback no more either.
Oh no, they still got Ian Book.
I mean the one before that.
Which
one?
one?
When I went to pro team that you go to.
Which one, Kaiser?
No, not Notre Dame. Louisville.
Oh, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Baltimore starter now, isn't
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Louisville hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked at that game.
I don't think Deshaun Kaiser's even playing.
Oh, he's playing backup for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
that could be a possibility to be getting in that game, because Aaron Rodgers seems to be injury prone every year.
I don't know, the way Aaron Rodgers played in Chicago. Even though he only scored 1 touchdown, Aaron Rodgers, I mean that Bears defense is scary.
Yeah.
But guys, that's going to be it for our SBS picks this week between Iowa and Iowa State in Ames, Iowa. I wish I remembered it would be Jack Trice Stadium. That's right, I just read that. But yeah, I mean, passing yards, all that crap. Nothing really interesting there. Even though freaking, well, they only played in 1 game, that's why. But
I think the Big Ten's actually the toughest division in the college football this year.
You don't think the SEC is?
No, not really.
Alabama, Georgia, LSU.
They got shot at beating Alabama. I'd like to see that happen. That'd be funny.
Especially with their new passing offense. Oh my God. I'd love to see them beat Alabama. I would. I don't know. It'd definitely awesome though.
Yeah.
A lot. But guys, that's gonna be it for.
The names of Big Ten teams that could be a shot in the playoffs this year. It's just unreal. Including Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State.
I don't know. It's gonna be definitely interesting. But then again, you look what Michigan did to Army. Michigan almost lost to Army. Okay, if it wasn't for the fact that the quarterback fumbled the ball on 4th and goal in overtime, they probably would have lost to Army. Do you imagine how bad that would have been?
That would have been pretty bad.
That would have been almost as bad as losing to Appalachian State a few years ago.
Yeah, that was a destruction there.
That was a disaster. I mean, I loved it because it was in the big house, but I was so hoping for Army to pull the upset. Like,
it means Army's got a pretty tough team in the military academies this year.
I know.
They pushed Michigan to the point.
Yeah, no kidding. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end this off here before it gets too long. Please leave a like below. Please comment with your opinions. Do you choose Iowa or do you choose the underdog, Iowa State? Because if I had this pick, I'd probably want to pick Iowa State either. But hey, we do what we do because we got, we did the coin flip. We do what we do with the draw. Please subscribe, guys. We're going to be busting out videos for you guys the best we possibly can.
Stay
Here on
classy.
YouTube. Oh, and don't forget, like Wild Bill said,
Stay classy.
please stay classy and go Hawkeyes.